Hello, my name is Susan Anderson, and today I'm going to take you to meet both John and Sarah, the owners of the Dam Brewhouse in Campton, New Hampshire. Hey, John!
Hi, Susan.
Thank you so much for doing this. I totally appreciate it.
Good morning. You have perfect timing. I was just ready to clean out a couple of our fermenters so that we can brew again on Monday. I'd love to show you a little bit about what we do at the Dam Brewhouse.
Well, let's do this. I'm super excited. All right, so what is it you're going to do?
So we have two of our fermenters that we brew beer in are empty of the beer. We took the beer out the other day.
Okay.
And put it into kegs and cans. Now we need to clean these really well so that we can fill them up again next week.
That sounds exciting and a little bit tedious, John, I have to be honest.
It is, and gross.
Okay, all right. Well,
What's left in there is the remains of yeast creating beer out of sweet wort.
I'm sorry, did you say sweet wort?
Sweet wort is what a brewer makes. Beer is what the yeast makes.
Aha.
So what a brewer does is take cereal grains and process them in order to make them into sugar. And then we put them into a tank and we inoculate that with yeast. The yeast's job is to convert the sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide, making beer. My job at that point is just to make the yeast as comfortable and happy as possible so they do a good job.
One thing I'm noticing is you have an excellent teaching style, John. Where did that come from? Is it just your nature, or?
It is partly my nature, it is part a lot of experience. I'm on the state's board for art and education, on the roster for arts and education. I also teach at Plymouth State University,
Oh,
which
wow.
I've been doing for 15 years.
15 years.
15 years.
Well, I have to say, you don't look old enough to be doing that for 15 years. So what is your first step in here?
Well, I've emptied this of all the beer and I've left the extra carbon dioxide out, so I'm going to turn on some water.
I would love to ask you some questions as you're working. Is that something?
That's fine.
Okay. But you can stop me to explain what you're doing at any time.
Well, this, I don't know if you can get
A close-up?
a shot of what's in there.
Well, let's try. So, John, from what I understand, a brewmaster wasn't always your profession. So where did you start out?
Okay, so when I was young, in middle school, I took an affinity to photography and built my own dark room and did chores in order to buy a camera and all the film that I wanted to shoot and process. Did that through high school, and when it came time to select a college, I only applied to one college. I applied to the Rhode Island School of Design in order to enter their photography program.
Now, wait a minute, John. From what I've heard, the Rhode Island School of Design is equivalent to Harvard, so it's the
Yes.
Harvard Art School.
It is the top art school, and it's very prestigious and extremely difficult to get in. I got out of the Rhode Island School of Design, and I've been working as a photographer ever since. However, the cell phone kind of changed my career, and not necessarily in a good way. And while I still love photography, I needed to find another way to earn a living for myself. And my wife and I, about 10 years ago, decided we would start looking for another career path. We were looking for something that we could do together, something that would have a positive impact on the community, because we both enjoy the community and working with people. For me, I'm drawn to brewing because it's an awful lot like photography.
Right.
It's part science and part art.
Well, I'm going to let you finish up that task there, and then we'll head right over to the tasting room.
Sounds good.
All right, great.
Hi, my name is Tom.
Okay, so when did you first walk into the Dam Brewhouse?
Well, about 3 years ago, my wife actually texted me a picture. We love breweries, and she texted me a picture, and there was a sign out front that said brewery opening soon. And I said, oh my God, 2 miles away from my house. So that afternoon, I actually stopped in and met John and Sarah.
Okay.
And they told me their plan, and I was very excited, and I've been coming ever since. John and Sarah, they make you feel at home. They make good beer. They're good friends, and they donate a lot to the local community. And yeah, I can't say much more good things about them.
What's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer is Mud Puddle. It's a stout, and it's very good.
One more question, Tom. If you could sum up your experience here in one word, what would that be?
Community. Definitely community. There was another couple from England that come here, and they told me one time that they said this is the closest thing to an English pub that you can get, because everyone is friendly, happy, and it's just a good place to meet up after hiking, skiing, etc.
Wonderful.
Beer.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Andy.
How did you discover the brew house?
We were actually at another brewery up the road, and we were building a house in Campton, and we were looking to see if there was anything more local, and we happened upon John and Sarah's Dam Brewhouse when they were still having Basement Fridays before they were officially open.
This is in 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. I mean, immediately, Sarah was quite welcoming. I remember that quite vividly, saying, you know, hey, where are you guys from? What's your story? You know, I wanted to know all about us and everything. And it was actually a really nice, welcoming environment.
So you kind of touched on it, but in case Lindsay has anything additional to offer, what keeps you coming back?
The beer and the company. It's our little town, our little watering hole. We get to know people every time we come in here, and it's good to see regular people and catch up on a semi-regular basis.
The beer, let's talk about that. Each of you, what's your favorites?
That's the thing, you can't decide because John's the master brewer, so it's always changing. And I like that. I like there's always new options to explore. I like their standards, but I'm always ready to try whatever he's got on tap, and each time we come, it's something different.
Yeah, I agree with her. It's hard to pick just one.
The holiday fruit and spice.
That's good. And then soon, I think, hopefully to come out is the Monty's Maple Porter, made with the local maple syrup from Joe Monty and his maple farm. That one's a really good one. And there's a bunch of just, there's so many to choose from. Yeah, I can't really say that there's anything you're like, oh, send that back. No. I think is unique or just really nice about here is that there's in the United States there is certainly a lot of focus on hoppiness and hoppiness and double IPAs and IPAs and that's not the case here. I think John kind of actually kind of thumbs his nose at it sometimes and kind of says, back off the IPAs a little bit. Let's break it up and have some other. There's a lot more beer out there.
Good variety.
Good variety, and he's always kind of exploring new things and is very open to new ideas and new varieties. So it's fantastic.
If you had to sum up your experience here, what would that be in one word?
Fun.
Community. I don't know.
Fun community.
Fun community.
We're just looking forward to becoming residents, so we'll be here more often.
Time, and come on down to the Dam Brewhouse.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I discovered the brew house driving past on my motorcycle and seeing the sign out there, Dam Brewhouse. I said, this looks like a cool place.
What keeps you coming back?
Oh, without a doubt, what keeps me coming back are the people. The beer is great, okay, but it's by far and away the people.
If you could sum up your experience of the brew house in just one word, what would that be?
Community.
Sarah, thank you so much for meeting with me. I totally appreciate this. I wanted to talk to you, get your perspective as the co-owner of the Dam Brewhouse. You and John run this establishment together, and I'd love to know a lot about you. So why don't we just start about some of your past history? You know, in terms of passions and desires. And
Well, I went to high school, and immediately after high school, I went into college. And I have a 4-year degree,
Okay.
major in Bible and a minor in Christian education. So I
Okay.
have ability of teaching. If I wanted to teach, I have that as in my undergrad.
Okay.
And then I got married basically within 2 years of graduating.
Now, did the marriage, was that because you didn't pursue the education, did you, or in some ways?
Not particularly. No, I went into an insurance field, and then needed to go overseas, and that's where I met my husband. And my commitment was that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is a huge job that a lot of people don't even recognize. You
Right.
know? How many kids do you have now?
I have 3 kids, 3
Okay.
girls from the same dad,
What?
and but I wanted to be home with them because it costs more to send the children to the babysitters, and I didn't have babies for somebody else to raise them. So
Right.
to me, it was a real burden on my heart to be the mother to my kids. And so in doing that, I had to figure out a way to be an entrepreneur
Mhm.
to be able to be with my children. And I started off by being a landlord, which taught me all kinds of skills and little trades and tricks of, how to get things done, how to organize and manage people in different areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
So that-
Strong business sense, I'm sure you got from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that today?
I am. I did take a sabbatical away from the landlordship here at the Dam Brewhouse.
Mhm.
We own the whole property,
Okay.
so we didn't have to ask somebody for permission, nor are we putting our money into somebody else's business, and then they could just evict us. So we knew it was important to own the property first.
That is a good outlook on what you need to do. So it sounds like all that you've told me so far is quite full. How did John and you come about?
John and I came up via Match.com,
Mhm.
actually, and it was 1 cup of coffee that lasted 3 hours that now has lasted over 12 years.
12 years, 3 hours, and 1 cup of coffee.
That's it.
In reverse.
Correct.
That's awesome. So now, not only are you together and married, but you're co-partners in this establishment. You know, is there one thing that you do differently than John, or?
Oh, we are completely different.
Okay.
We are just night and day different.
Opposites.
Yeah, he has his complete gifts and abilities,
Mhm.
and I have my gifts and abilities. But the reason why the Dam Brewhouse is here is because we want to be together.
Yes.
And we didn't want to have separate times apart while he's off teaching and I may be off gardening or at the beach with the kids or something. And then we never were really together for years. And then it's like, well, as we get older, we need to have a retirement job that we can be together and do something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why the Dam Brewhouse came about, because John has a passion for making creative beers, and he enjoys that.
And it seems to me that you enjoy everything about this establishment or running this business just as much as John does.
Well, I thoroughly enjoy the brewhouse magic, and by saying that, I refer to, like, last night there was 3 different couples over here, and they all in their past were from Rhode Island, and they all knew the same place, and they became friends just last night, and they didn't know each other when they walked in. To me, I call that the brewhouse magic, and I have goosebumps when I say that. There's a lady that's met her cousins that she hadn't seen for 5 years, and they came in here at the Dam Brewhouse not knowing that one was here and the other one wasn't. And so that's why I call the Dam Brewhouse magic. That's the part that makes this job really special.
You know, I see you, Sarah, as the face. I mean, even though John is up here quite a bit, I also see you as the face, or almost the if you had to do management, you would be the manager of customer service or people service here. John is wonderful to talk with. John has great stories and is very personable. However, when I did a lot of the interviews, I will tell you your name was mentioned quite a bit, and it's Sarah's so welcoming. She wants to know, a lot about us. We feel right at home here, and it's all about the magic, because you make people feel comfortable. So that was a plus to hear, and I'm sure you hearing that gives some validation of the work that you're doing and the impact that you're making on people's lives.
It does. It really is a baseline of what the Dam Brewhouse is about. It's about a community.
Mm-hmm.
If you look about all the mug clubs that we have, and people here meeting new people and gathering on Thursday nights for potlucks and having our intimate time where we get to actually get to know some more of our patrons ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because we're behind the bar. We may not be able to sit down and chat with them the whole time.
Right.
And we are able to, here at the Dam Brewhouse, do fundraisers for the Camp Thornton for first responders.
Wow.
And we did a fundraiser for the PMM Bike Challenge, and we were able just to reach out and have people, come in and, get to know other people, and we can raise money for the community or other actions that other people would like.
Yeah, and not a lot of businesses are like, okay, we've got to focus on community and see what we can do for others. Unless I'm familiar with a lot of businesses saying, okay, what's our 10% to be given towards charity as a tax write-off, But here it seems like community is the most important thing, where the beer probably comes second,
Right, the community definitely is the most important. And the beer, we do take $1 off of every sale of Dam Delight to give to the first responders. And we do community events, spontaneously.
Mhm.
Like, we'll do sledding parties. And we'll take everyone, we'll just go sledding on Walker Hill.
Wow.
And it's just a lot of fun. And that's what I like about this position, is when people walk in the door, they're typically smiling.
Yeah.
If we don't have people coming in that are grumpy and have to spend their money on just paper products, they're coming in because they want to enjoy their time here. They're choosing to come into the Dam Brewhouse.
Right.
And that is happy. People are just happy to be here.
This is the home brew house for many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Dam Brewhouse, and they feel like they're at home here.
I love hearing that. And Sarah, thank you so much for talking with me today. I can't wait to actually get you and John together to hear your perspectives on what it's like to run a business together. Oh no. All right, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
My name is Azana.
If you could sum up the brew house in one word, your experience, what would that be?
Community. John and Sarah are, I think, the best owners of a small business that I've ever met. They are personable. They are on the ground doing the work. They're not up in an office somewhere. They are the owners. They are doing as much hard work as their hired staff. They know a lot. They're friendly. I can't say enough good things about them. They're fantastic.
Amazing.
Okay.
Bye.
Best damn brew house. Yeah. Yeah.
Watching Sarah and John work individually was both insightful and enjoyable. I will be honest though, I couldn't wait to sit down with the both of them to see what they had to say about being co-owners of the Dam Brewhouse. Alright, so we have John and Sarah together, the co-owners of the Dam Brewhouse in Campton, New Hampshire. And one of the things that I would love to ask the both of you is, what is it like to run a business with your partner?
Tiring.
Now, what does that mean?
That means we work an awful lot.
Okay. And today we went over and watched you do some of your cleaning that needs to happen on a regular basis. The big question is, when do you make the beer?
So we're usually brewing on Mondays.
Okay. And you switch up the beer quite a bit, you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. You have Sarah as your business partner, and I'm sure she shines in a way that would be very different from someone that you hire off the street to bring in.
Well, absolutely. Sarah is absolutely dedicated. Somebody off the street doesn't have the same kind of commitment. Sarah was not going to be replaced at the Dam Brewhouse ever. There's nobody that has the same kind of charisma and character and happy girl attitude. License plate says happy girl for a reason. Sarah is the happy girl, and director of all things fun.
Right.
She's the personality that makes the tasting room work. If it weren't for Sarah, the Dam Brewhouse would still have great beer, but it would not be the same kind of place.
It would be missing something major.
It would.
Something major.
Yep, the spark, the light wouldn't be here.
That's great. And validating for you, I hope. Now I am going to switch around. And if there's something that you could say about John in terms of his abilities or what he brings to the table for the Dam Brewhouse.
What isn't it that John can't do? There's all of his creativity of making the beer, but then how do we make a keg washer? How do we, his ability just to look at something and be able to fix it? If that's just amazing. If you don't know how to do something, John, and he can help us fix it. So that's just amazing. I make the problems. He fixes the problems.
I'm sure that's not what happens.
That's not what happens.
Sometimes.
So you both are the Dam Brewhouse magic, right? And then the people that come in, I guess, complete that circle.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So what is it you say at the Dam Brewhouse? What is the tagline, the slogan? What is your motto?
We made it just for you.
I love that. We made it just for you.
It's really true. We've taken the brew schedule and erased what John has thought about, and somebody's wanted something, and I've penciled it in, so it's okay.
Yes.
To make this next, and if we have the right ingredients, and we've changed it and made the beers that people want to drink.
Wonderful. So the customer is the most important here.
Absolutely.
The community is the most important here. I appreciate you both taking the time. I thought it was really important to feature your stories as I find them incredibly inspirational. You ultimately are saying, follow your passion. It will turn out. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing and inspiring. Thank you so much, John and Sarah, for allowing me to come in and learn what the Dam Brewhouse is all about. I was most impressed with your patrons and their ability to see your dedication to community. Thank you again, and best of luck with the Dam Brewhouse.